Hey there. You're probably coming to this channel for the first time. Uh, Name of the channel is Folk You Zeus. I'm Mark Zeus, who is the host of this podcast that's going to be happening weekly. Um, Not sure exactly what date the launch of the first content-based uh, uh, video will be uploaded or live broadcast. So we'll probably do a live every week. So that's what I'm looking towards. I've set up the channel here. So this is the first time, if you're looking at the intro, probably first time coming here. Best way to keep up, two ways. You can hit the bell, which gives you the notifications as to when uh, videos are uploaded or live broadcasts are happening or will be happening, scheduled. The other way is to get on my email list, which is a general list of my music events and anything else that's going on with this podcast and other videos that I do. I do have another. Most will probably know going in, but I do have a YouTube channel dedicated to my music and the travel videos that I've been doing lately. The 30 days on the road. Still in the middle of all that. I'm working on getting all that out behind the scenes. Um, so you're going to see those at Mark Zeus Music. So youtube.com/Mark Zeus Music. So go there, keep checking those out if you like them. If you don't like them, that's fine too. Just skip over them. If you like them, put a like thing on it. Um, uh, and also, there's going to be a chat here. I've got a chat going right now. I'm not expecting anybody. I am going live. I didn't advertise, or if there's anybody that's passing by that chimes in, feel free. But we're going to do a chat, and we're going to discuss some of the topics that I'm presenting, material on, and we'll have discussions on that. Eventually, I will have some guests coming in. It's just about getting the ground floor, lifting this thing up. It's going to be content's going to be based on the grassroots community, not just music. This is under the music heading because there's no general arts heading or culture setting. So it's kind of about the new renaissance of grassroots, both music, art, theater, dance, and try to connect the dots and bring us together in a way to collectively, because so much, especially with the availability of the internet to all of us. It'll allow us to at least communicate and set up events that maybe we can bring artists and filmmakers. Obviously was one. I was just talking to someone I met yesterday, and we were talking about melding, instead of just hiring a filmmaker to do a music video, how about a filmmaker coming to a musician saying, hey, let's collaborate to get this idea that I have, and you bring in music that'll back that up, or a song that can back that up. So that'd be just one possibility, one general possibility. Dance, something that I've been wanting to do is I'm trying to locate a dance company to collaborate with to do music, original music, and for some of the music that I already have. So yeah, those are the types of things. And then talk about, I was just at a couple songwriter nights, which is listening room songwriter events, one in San Marcos, one in New Braunfels. And my objective is not to talk specifically about the individual artist, but maybe talk about the events and how we can have something similar to that grow up in another market, or in your town or whatever, and maybe some way, maybe some tips on how to start something like that. If you feel that you have a songwriting community or an artist community in general, at one of the Redbird listening room, there's a gentleman that his thing is he does quick watercolor paintings of all the artists that play, and that's for him. That's for his outlet. I'm not sure where he goes with it. If he's going to have some kind of um, gallery that he's going to put them up in, or if they're going to a showing that he's going to do there. Um, so these are just scratching the surface of ideas for things that we're going to be talking about, and we'll talk about a little bit. I'm not going to. If most people that know me know that I get involved in discussions on politics, geopolitics, and everything. That's pretty much on my Facebook. So if you know me from Facebook, you might know that. Um, so if you can go to my page on Facebook, just Mark Zeus on Facebook, and I do a mix of music and art and whatever else, and like just general Facebook stuff, and then that's where I kind of keep most of my politics. I do have Mark Zeus fans page on Facebook. You can go there if you just want to know about my music, and I have if you want to know about me, more about me and my music, it's markzeus.com, markzeus.com. So you can go there and check that out. I encourage you to go there to check all that out. I'm doing a bunch. I was kind of knocked out. I mean, all of us were kind of knocked out of the scene, and there's a reshuffling going on. People just scrambling for gigs, scrambling to put collaborations and bands together on the music side, because that's where I'm entering, and that's kind of where I make my meager living off of that. So after the pandemic, and then I had heart surgery. My friends will probably know that, people that know me well. But I'm recovered well from that. That was over a year ago. So I've a lot of things that I've been wanting to do kind of got put on the back burner, kind of like I had to kind of get my energy back, and now everything's kind of popping. And this is the one thing that I wanted to do is a podcast representing the grassroots community and within the arts and music, arts, culture, and how we shape the culture. Like I did like a intro. This is the introduction on this specific site, but I did something on the other on my other page, the Mark Zeus Music page, just to kind of like let people know there what we're going to be doing here. So now you're here. So this is going to be the home for the Folk You Zeus uh, podcast. Name is, I thought it would be good because I am a folk singer. I'm a folk artist, but folk can go deep into all aspects of art and craft and everything. So there's all that that we could bring in and discuss and see how it applies to contemporary, to this new renaissance that I've kind of recognized as building. Some other people are noticing, and there's a lots of opportunity, not just the internet. That's the thing. If everything goes to the internet, it takes away that personal connection. We have to make sure that we recognize the personal connections that we have and the events that promote that. And that's where we're going to go with that kind of a thing. Um, right now, I'm going to just let everybody know that you're welcome to join in and make sure that you subscribe to this page, to this channel. Like the channel, like whatever, do those, because those things just help to get it out there, so we can get more people involved. The more people involved, the merrier. It always is on these YouTube presentations. And at the beginning, I'll be able to chat more individually with people. Hopefully, once we get this thing going, it'll be more, where I'll do my best to read all the comments and make sure. But we're seeing, hopefully, I can get somebody else involved that will take that side of it and kind of be reading the comments as we're going. And but right now it's simple. I'm just on YouTube. I'll probably get another program that is a little more friendly to doing split screen and any of the effects or the what would you call it, the graphics that need to be applied to make this look real fancy. Right now, you see the lighting's pretty poor. I really didn't work on any lighting to do this thing. I just got a headlight here. This, I guess, got kind of a lamp thing that's over me right now, and that's the only light that right now I'm using. Um, so this is just for temporary. And it's just to make sure that if you tune in, here I am. I'm going to be the host. We're going to talk about things applying to the grassroots arts, music, culture. We might have some fun things. One thing I want to do is a pet peeves. So everybody can chime in and I'll give you a couple of my pet peeves and maybe we could go talk about different things that what's how people have reacted to certain things that are going on with the the new uh, technological advances that we're having, and or whatever that could be one. So it's wide open to possibilities. Um, but I want to, my target audience is not just the artists. I'm looking to definitely get grassroots artists to chime in, but if you are a fan or friend or just a supporter of, I'd like to say more of a supporter, because if you're not a patron, I am, that's another thing I'm going to have is a Patreon page, and that's something that we'll be talking about as I get this podcast going. Main thing is that you have to be informed as to when the actual live streams are happening. And I will eventually hone in on it. I'm trying to figure out with my schedule, when I can best dedicate that 1/2 hour, whatever it's going to be. I'm looking at least a half hour, to an hour. Don't want to get too much past that. Depending on what I mean, if we keep going, we got a good discussion going. I don't see any reason why we can't go a little longer. But I have to at least have a window of time that I can dedicate. Obviously doing other things. This is not going to be my living. I don't anticipate it being my living. Some people on YouTube, that's all they do. They're YouTubers, and they make a bunch of money doing that. They got a lot of patrons. So if I get a lot of patrons and stuff, that'll help, and I can, uh, that'll help me to up the quality of this and to be able, do better lighting, cameras. I'm going to probably get it like a GoPro or something that's a little more, and probably a mic dedicated to this. I do have some studio mics that I use for my music recording, and maybe I'll bring those over. But it has to have the proper interface, so I might have to invest in another interface directly to this unit. I'm doing it on a laptop, basic laptop. Um, so yeah, basic introduction here. I don't want to be just you ranting and raving. Might come a time when I will start ranting and raving about something, but for right now, like I said, if you want to address me about my politics or anything, feel free to go on Facebook. Find me on Facebook. Try to befriend me on Facebook. I do get a lot of friend requests, so I don't know if I do my best to get you on there, or let's just check out the page. Feel free to comment if it's available. There, all opinions are welcome. And that's the only thing I'll say politically, is that we need to open up the floor. We need to have freedom to express whatever opinion you might have. Whether I believe that you're totally full of shit or you're right on, man. So it doesn't matter. Just if you have a good opinion, solid opinion, just like I just if you like I said, if you would just insult people, that doesn't help anything. So no insults, and that's all I say about that kind of thing. And that'll be the general thing here too. If we're on this chat, and that we want to kind of keep it moving forward in a positive aspect. Like I said, there will be some politics that have come within the realm of music and art. Like I was saying, for sure, we're going to do some shows on copyrights, performing arts, performing rights, um, licensing, and that. Uh, Talking about performance rights organizations. I have a lot to say about that, and I have my opinions, and you'd be welcome to share those too. So we might delve into that more specifically to this, how it affects our ability as grassroots artists to move ahead, grow, as whether it be artistically or financially. If you really want to make a living at it, that's another issue as well. But artistically, I'm looking more like let's get the art and the crafts uh, promoted and moving ahead. I don't know if that makes any sense, but sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it don't, and that's everybody, I guess. So we have to have that kind of respect to understand that, hey, maybe I understand this person, maybe I don't. We do our best. So that I'll kind of wrap up this. Feel like a 15-minute introduction. That'll be good, just to kind of get the feel of what's going to be happening here, um, and hopefully I'll get the date and the time honed out, and then I have to go on the road, and I'll be able to take this unit with me on the road. So I'll be able to do the times. I'm just trying to figure out a time that I can do even when I'm on the road. Um, and then I'll be back for long periods of time. I live in Houston, Texas. If you don't know that, I do travel up north. I'm originally from Chicago. I got my Northwestern. I didn't go to Northwestern. Almost did. Have friends that worked there, and live not too far from the campus. I like to visit up there and spend a lot of time in the area still. But I live in Houston. Spend most of my time down in Texas here. Uh, and that's about as much as you need to know about me right now. And I'm not famous. I'm infamous, but not famous, if you know what I mean. And so anyway, I'll have to sign off right now and let you know. Make sure, like I said, hit the bell for the notifications. If you want to get on my email list, email me through my website, markzeus.com. You can just go there. There's just my email address basically is markzeus@markzeus.com. So that's easy to remember. So you can just send me an email to that and say, "Hey, put me on for the podcast." The name of the podcast again is, and the name of the channel is Folk You Zeus. So we'll see you later. Bye.